So obviously you arrive, you check in at reception and you arrive at the group session. You're welcomed by the facilitator. You're obviously asked, are you willing to share information, and that you are happy to share your information with the group in terms of your readings.
I've been a couple of times now and we sort of say hello to familiar faces, and there's a couple of little forms to fill in just to gather some consent and a few bits of information, and then the healthcare assistant will put up on the screen some of the most recent blood test results and other measurements that we've had recently, so that we can look at that and make a record of them for our own purposes.
Everyone gets the opportunity to say what questions they've got issues with or what they would like to know about. So it may just be that by being in that group setting, someone else asks a question that they've forgotten or haven't thought of, and in that way they get the answer to that as well.
And it's normally quite relaxed and free-flowing. It'll end up becoming just a kind of generalised group discussion, and people will have ideas or questions, and we'll kind of bounce off each other in terms of what we talk about. And then there's usually an opportunity for a one-to-one discussion with each patient with the diabetes nurse to look specifically about your own medication, how you're getting on, what you'd like to achieve.
When I was first told about the group consultations, I was a little reticent. My thoughts were, do I really want to be sharing my personal views and my personal circumstances with everybody else? As I say, from my initial reticence to where we are now, I would have no hesitation in recommending a group session like this. But actually it's one of those things where when you get over that initial should I, shouldn't I, and you realise that everybody else in there has the same shared objective. And I think that's the key thing. It's a bit like everything. Whenever you do anything, if you know someone wants to listen to you, it's easier to talk to them.
It's absolutely helped. It puts you at ease, really. And I think that that's down to the staff, definitely. They always make you feel very comfortable, and that's what you need when you're discussing health situations. It can be a stressful situation, so if you can bring a little bit of brevity and laughter, then I think that that's always a good thing.
The thing I find most helpful is being in a group with other people that also have diabetes. Firstly, it helps you feel less alone in that. It makes you realise that there are plenty of other people who are struggling with the same questions and difficulties in terms of managing the diabetes.
And I find it very helpful and very comforting in that we can share with each other different things about, other people have different questions, I'll have questions, different ideas. So you really bounce off of each other, which is really, really nice. You can ask your questions and then you get an answer from the clinician, so you get the educated answer. However, the great thing is that your other fellow patients may ask a different question that you don't think about. So then you get that answer as well. And it's like, oh, so you're learning things as well, of things that, in a normal one-to-one conversation, you don't think to ask, or you don't think to, bring up because you just didn't know.
I think also it's really helpful where other people may have ideas or suggestions about diet or exercise, things about generating new and helpful habits. And we're all individuals, and what works for one might not work for the other. But equally, someone may have come across some useful tip or hint or life hack that they share with the group, and it can be helpful. Oh, I might try that. Great idea. And obviously, you've got the nurse there who can provide the scientific backup as to whether a particular idea is a good idea or not.
And by sharing that with the group and receiving the feedback from other members of the group, we all learn together. I have been to, I think it's now over 5, and I've found each one has improved from the previous one. And now that's either down to my willingness to share more, and my willingness to take more away from it, or it could just be as the sessions have evolved from when they first started, everything in the room has improved.
You're still one-on-one because you're free to talk about however what's going on with you, any challenges you're facing, any fears, concerns, questions that you may not understand. And you're not feeling rushed, and you're feeling comforted by your fellow people who also suffer from the same affliction that you have.
With a one-on-one sort of 10-minute appointment, there's a limit to what you can achieve in that time. You bringing people together in a group can benefit individuals a lot more than just a one-to-one. The effect of the collective group is more than the sum of its parts. So we benefit each other. It gives people a sense of support and community in tackling something that can be quite challenging for people.
So if there's somebody that's thinking, yeah, I'm not comfortable, I don't want to do that, I'm going to tell you, please do it, because it does help, and you will feel supported and empowered, really, with knowledge from your clinician and from your fellow patients, which is lovely. So it's a huge learning experience, and it's very valuable for managing your condition. And it also keeps you accountable. If you know that you've given your commitment to attend a group, then it also makes you sort of show up, even if it's early in the morning. It's like, okay, right, let's get up, let's make this step and better ourselves.
That's the really important thing, is it's support and encouragement and a gentle way of holding you to account in terms of making improvements to your life that are going to benefit your health without the judgment, without shame. And for the kind of lifestyle improvements that we're trying to make, that is so important. That's where I feel the benefit.
I think coming to the group consultation, I'd say it's about that shared experience. It's about understanding what other people are doing to try to reduce their blood sugar levels, cholesterol levels, whatever it may be, because a whole lot is looked at as it collectively in the round. And it's having the confidence to try different things because someone else has tried it. So that works for some people. We get regularly reminded it's not just one thing, it's not just about treating it with medication, there are lifestyle changes, and it's that kind of, you feel supported by doing that sort of thing.
I actually feel confident that if I continue down this road, if I keep putting in the work, that I can put my diabetes into remission and manage it going forward. And it's not just the diabetes. It will hopefully help me reduce the amount of medication that I'm taking and improve and benefit some of the other conditions that I've got.